In this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about a very common doubles strategy mistake that I see happen all the time. And let's go ahead and get started with this point. We're going to see John serving. He's closest to us in the purple. And this video was brought to us by John. He's a member of the forums at essentialtennis.com. You'll see him make a good serve towards the body of his opponent. And one good thing that we're seeing here, we're going to be showing you guys a very common mistake, but there's several good things that are happening in the middle of this point as well. So I'm going to make sure to point those out to give everybody credit in this point where credit is due. Now, we're seeing that the returner is getting a little bit jammed up here by this serve. We see that he's off balance. And so John's partner, the person in black up at the net, he's already starting to make a move towards the ball before that return is even struck. So that's an excellent job by John's partner to identify that weak return and to start making a move towards it. And this is what I want all of you guys doing in your doubles play, whether you are the server's partner or the returner's partner. When you're up at the net, you should be looking for opportunities to move for any shot that you can possibly reach so that you can make stuff happen and put the ball away and finish the point. So this is an excellent job, and I'll back this up a little bit here. And again, we'll see that before the ball even gets to that returner, you'll see he's starting to make that move towards the center. Returner gets jammed up. He's already on his way to the middle where most of the returns are going to be headed, being cross court. And he's making his move towards the ball. That's great. And he's rewarded with a high forehand volley. Now, the first shot that John's partner hits is excellent, and this is an example of what I do want to see you guys do. It's a good strategy on the part of John's partner. He takes this shot and hits it towards the net person right in front of him. And I love this play because the net person right in front of him has very little time to react to his volley. And so most of the time, this is probably going to result in a winning shot. It might not necessarily be a winner, a shot that the net player can't even touch, but we'll see here that he does a good job of putting the ball down low towards his opponent across from him, and his opponent was definitely caught off guard. You'll see him off balance here as well. As he does get a racket on the ball, he puts the ball right in his sweet spot there, so really good hands by that player to get this shot back in play. And he does the best he can to get it over and ends up popping the ball up. Now, this is the sticking point right here in so many points in doubles play. And all four of these players are probably strong 3-5 players, maybe 4.0 players. And this is very common. John's partner up there at the net, the person in black, just did a good job of setting up this point. He moved for the weak return. He hit that weak high forehand volley at the feet of his opponent. He didn't finish the point, but he was rewarded with another high, weak forehand volley. So this is a shot that he can definitely attack on again. He doesn't have enough time to really hit an overhead because everything here is happening pretty quickly. However, he does have an easy high forehand volley. Now there's three main things that he can do with this shot to try to put it away. And I'm going to present them to you guys in kind of reverse order. One option that he has is to take this shot and put it down the middle between the two players on the other side of the court. I don't like this option a lot because there's not a ton of space there right now, and by just taking 2 steps over to his left, that baseline player on the other side can easily get a racket on that shot. It might not be an effective shot back, but he definitely has a play at it, and most commonly we see in my teaching this happen, and the net player gets lobbed. And they're asking, well, I made it up to the net. I tried to put it away, and they keep on lobbing me. Well, a lot of times it's because of shots like this option here, trying to go back down the middle between them and trying to put it away. And it's not a very effective shot because it doesn't really finish the point very effectively all the time. So that's one option. Another option he has is to take this over to his left and hit an angle off the court. And I like this option. If you had a lot of time to set this shot up, I think that would be a great place to put the ball. And you'll see that the baseline player back in the purple, back on the baseline on the other side, is leaning towards the middle of the court, as he probably should be, to cover the middle, which is going to be the easiest spot to hit by the person in black up at the net. So that's another option. That would be a good shot. Probably my favorite, personally, would be just to go right back at the feet of the net player right in front of him. This is the easiest shot to hit on the court, and it's going to be very effective. The chances of that player in red getting back 2 of those reaction half volleys in a row are not very good. You're probably going to win the point that way most of the time, and it's also probably the easiest shot on the court to hit. So I like that option. Well, let's see what he ends up doing. He ends up taking that high forehand volley and actually not doing any of the 3. He goes right to the baseline player back there and just kind of hits a typical cross-court shot, which he ends up missing. But even if he made it, that baseline player is going to have an easy time getting that shot back. It might not be the most effective because this net player is definitely attacking on it, and he's hitting a good solid shot here. But I don't like this play because that baseline player has a lot more time to react to the shot. You see, he's getting his racket ready to hit this back if it was to be in. Whereas his partner, the player in red, is sitting up here and actually backing up after he hits that shot. He's backing up. He does a split step there, so he's ready. But he's hoping, oh my gosh, do not hit this shot back at me. This shot right here, this second high forehand volley. And in my opinion, he should have taken that back at that person right in front of him and finished the point. The chances of that player getting 2 half volleys in a row back in play are not very good. If he's going to do something besides that, I'd really like to see again this angle shot over to the left. So basically anywhere but down the middle of the court where that baseline player can make a good play at it, I think is good. Don't go back to the baseline, or either hit it at the feet of that net player or angle it away. Those are the 2 best choices.